name?
Did you mask while you pulled me over?
License registration, please. The reason I stopped you, you have no license plate lights on the vehicle.
Oh, no, it must have just burned out.
What do you got in the back of this thing?
Not much. I think this is it.
You still live in Keene?
No.
Concord?
Yes.
Pleasant Street? You guys sleep in the back of this thing, or you got the windows covered for? Any reason in particular?
I'm not interested in answering questions. I'm just trying to get home tonight.
Okay. How much weed you got in the vehicle?
I'm not interested in answering questions. I'm just trying to get home tonight.
What is
Be
he
right back
talking
with
about? This is great. Did you just see him then and decide that's...
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see if the light is actually out.
But even if it is, that was an odd question to ask.
You know that they fish, right?
Yeah, but they shouldn't be able to do that.
Shouldn't be able to do what? Say whatever they want whenever they want.
Pretty much.
You didn't know that?
Of course I knew that, but it's still bullshit.
They can lie and it doesn't matter. They can do it.
I just it just makes me wonder what would bring him to that conclusion, if anything. pull up your information. Have you ever even I don't think so. Time wasters.
All right. There's your information back. Give you a warning for the plate lights. Try to get them fixed, all right?
I'll
This
definitely.
thing's
look
not
into it.
full of weed, is it?
No.
All right. Any other drugs besides weed in there?
As I said, I'm not interested in answering questions. I mean, I get that it's kind of your job to fish from people, like, for that sort of thing, but no thank you.
It's
Well, I
like
can
I-
clearly
Feeling my
smell
way.
the weed, but I'm not worried about the weed. I'm more worried about if there's any other drugs.
Is this like an Operation Granite Hammer thing going
What's
on?
that?
Is this like an Operation Granite Hammer thing going on?
No. It's just my job to make sure that people aren't transporting large amounts of heroin through my town.
Gross and no.
Okay.
Okay, so there's two times here. There's two different times. So the super creepy part about this is he walks up. Look how creepy. I caught it earlier. I got it just right. You got to see how creepy this guy looks when he comes up. I mean, look how absolutely creepy this guy looks. Hello, Team DLZ. I'm so sorry. I haven't said hello yet. I was just kind of into this video right now. Hello, Team DLZ. But look at how creepy he is. And he's not going to solve any great drug epidemic in America.
Anything to ask why you pulled me over?
License registration, please.
Okay, license registration he should have ready to go.
The reason I stopped you have no license plate lights on the vehicle.
Okay, the reason I stopped you, I have no license plate lights on the vehicle. You have no license plate lights on the vehicle. You don't say anything. You don't say anything other than you look at him deadpan. You don't have any license plate lights. I'm not going to give any reaction at all whatsoever. What is up, Team DLZ? Put it in the comment section, Team DLZ. What is going on? I have a ton of videos, but I absolutely loved this video because of the intensity of the video. And it was like 7 years ago, but there's a lot of things to learn when you watch this video.
Oh no, it must have just burned out.
Oh no, it must have just burned out. No, that's not what you say, man. You say, I plead the Fifth Amendment.
You got in the back of this thing.
Boom. Okay. At this point in time, you have she's recording. So you should be recording too, but if she's recording, great. Then you inform him, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You do it immediately. It's your go-to. But you have your phone, you give him your license, registration, proof of insurance, and your go-to is, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Respectfully, officer, I don't want to answer any questions. If you have the trifold, you show it to him. You know, you see this on. I'm gonna invoke, officer. I'm gonna invoke my Fifth Amendment right. But you don't. That's it. He comes back and he asks, first of all, your tail lights are out, and then he says, yeah, my tail lights are out. They must have just gone out.
Oh, it must have just burned out.
No, dude, that's a mistake.
You got in the back of this thing.
What do you got in the back of this thing? A reason for you to arrest me?
Not much.
Not much. That copper right there might consider that you being evasive, that you are being an evasive person. He asked you a very simple question, and instead of you answering what is in the back or not answering at all, you decide to say, not much. See the semi go by. You see that semi roll by? Man, it's so important that you got to give him a ticket. You
I think this is it.
Okay. So that was the other thing, that there's so many. I want you guys to watch this. You could really take a look at it in context. You know, look, you should have a trifold in your car. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a trifold, if you have a pair of cop cars. But if you don't, you should have that. But more, even as important, is have everything together on a laminated card. And listen, you can get messed up because if you don't change out your proof of insurance card, then you may get all hemmed up, because then you have to get into your phone. Unless you have 2 phones, like I have 2 phones, then you're going to have a problem because you have to stop recording.
You still live in Keene?
No.
See, he answers another question. It's just not what you do. You don't do that. You plead the Fifth Amendment. You absolutely 100,000% plead the Fifth Amendment. That's what you do. That's why this video, when I watched it back and I was thinking to myself, oh my God, that is absolutely gold to show people. Let me say hello to some people, if you guys don't mind, just real super quick. I see Clown Patrol, Rising Tides Outreach. What's up, Playboy? Death Angel, what is going on? Michael Eline is here. I plead the Fifth. That's Lou. Thanks, Lou. Claudette. I'm just going to say hello to a few people. Look over here for a second. It's not the destination. I plead the Fifth. What's the matter, you? Christopher Cole. AVR, what is going on, my friend? How is everybody? Daniel, what is going on? And then there's a second part. Chevy! Where's the Chevy? I want to say hello to Cope Doggy Dog, my boy Max, and he's still grinding. Chuck, big shout out, working hard. I know Let's OTVO and Brick and Gloria and KT got together, I think, earlier today and had a chat. So what is going on? Clown Patrol. Jody is here. Michael Eline. Absolutely so much learning information in this video. And so we did that one where he was talking.
Concord?
Yes.
Pleasant Street?
See, just, you know, and I've turned the corner. I know you have to do it nice and polite now because the judge is going to see it, and the judge can lock you up for anything. If it's within their power to lock you up, they just might.
You guys sleep in the back of this thing, or you got the
Well, I mean, this is the whole point. This is the whole premise. Like this is the whole premise of having this piece of paper. Look, there's people who come in here and donate to me. I gave away 20 of these trifolds today, and I want you to buy a product from me for sure. But more than that, whether you buy that trifold or not, I want you to plead the Fifth Amendment when the cop talks to you. And I want you to do it as nice as you possibly can. Don't listen to any of my older videos before they threw me in a cage, because I don't want you to go to a cage. I want you to literally say as nice as you can. If you have the trifold, bonus. You win and I win. But even if you don't, I want you to say, respectfully, officer, I want you to respect my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and not answer questions without my lawyer present. And I sincerely want you to do that. Now, for you to do that, honestly, so that you don't go to jail, and I'm not walking you into a jail, you have to have your license, registration, and proof of insurance put together. You have to have it put together, or you're going to go to you won't be able to do it. It's not as easy as you think, being in front of cops and being able to talk truth to power, because whether April Rain, whether I like it or not, and you like it or not, the police have power, and they're an organized power. So this is why, though, and let's watch this back, because this is the end of the questioning he does at this part. But look at how many questions. Look at how many questions that this nice guy, this really nice young man, and boy, when they watched this back, when they watched it back, they went, man, you really stood on your rights. I mean, let's just.
The windows covered for any reason in particular?
I'm not interested in answering questions. I'm just trying to get home tonight.
Okay. How much weed you got in the vehicle?
I'm not interested in answering questions. I'm just trying to get home tonight.
That is not the same as I plead the Fifth Amendment. You have to say I plead the Fifth Amendment. So those are two questions right there. I'm just going to go right back here, and we're going to skip through the boring part, but just where he starts asking questions.
The reason I stopped you, you have no license plate lights on the vehicle.
Oh, no, it must have just burned out.
Bzzz. So we can count that as one, because he
What do you got in the back of this thing?
gave information.
Not much.
There's the second one right there. There's number two. Two things that shouldn't have been in any way confirmed or responded to, other than I plead the Fifth Amendment. What do you have back there? I mean, that was your point. You know what I mean? We're not only going to do it once, but
What you got in the back of this thing?
right there, that's boom. I plead the Fifth Amendment. Respectfully, officer, thank you for your service. I back the blue, but I need you to respect my rights, Captain. You got me? Partner? You understand me, brother?
Not much.
That was so good.
I think this is it.
You still live in Keene?
No.
Okay, no. For the love of God. For the love of God. Do not answer any question at all whatsoever, please.
Concord?
Yes.
I'm gonna I'm so sorry. I want to jump out of my skin right now. Do not answer any questions at all whatsoever. For you to do that, you have to have your stuff together. You have to have your license, your registration, and your proof of insurance. For you to do it, for you to be able to take this trifold out that I sell, that you buy from me, And to be able to wield it and use it, you have to have your license, registration, and proof of insurance put together, because you cannot stand on your rights if you even have one of these three things wrong. Because, well, you'll get a ticket for it, but remember, driving without insurance, your car can be impounded and you can be arrested. You could be technically you can be arrested for not having a copy of your registration, which absolutely sucks. Absolutely sucks. So, look, let's see what else we can learn from watching this.
Pleasant Street. You guys sleep in the back of this thing, or you got the windows covered for? Any reason in particular?
I'm not interested in answering questions. I'm just trying to get home tonight.
Okay. How much weed you got in the vehicle?
Excuse
I'm
me?
not interested in answering questions. I'm just trying to get home tonight.
Doesn't this make you cringe? Doesn't it just make you cringe? I mean, really, doesn't it just make you freaking cringe when he is questioning him as though he is his father? Like he's his father?
What is
Be
he
right back
talking
with you.
about?
And then there's only one other part where there's action in this whole video.
Give you a warning for the plate lights. Try to get them fixed.
And then this interaction right here, which he miserably fails at.
All right. There's your information back. Give you a warning for the plate lights. Try to get them fixed. All right.
I'll
This
definitely
thing's
look into
not
it.
full of weed, is it?
No.
All right.
Man, God, no, don't.
Any other drugs besides weed in there?
Cringe. Now you're at question 2. Once you allowed him to question you, he can continue.
As I said, I'm not interested in answering questions. I mean, I get that it's kind of your job to fish from people, like, for that sort of thing, but no thank you.
It's
Well, I
like
can
I
clearly
feel my
smell
way.
the weed, but I'm not worried about the weed. I'm more worried about if there's any other drugs.
Is this like an Operation Granite Hammer thing going
What's
on?
that?
Is this like an Operation Granite Hammer thing going on?
No. It's just my job to make sure that people aren't transporting large amounts of heroin through my town.
Oh, and then the way that this cop takes ownership of my town. I just don't want people transporting drugs through my town. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? And the way he's talking to this kid as though this kid is his son, or he is the father of this boy. he like the bad stepdad who has to come in and straighten the kid out. This to me is just like the worst. You see the look at the look on this guy's face. Like, oh man, you're solving all the world's problems by trying to bust this kid for chemicals.
Gross and no.
Okay. That's all I'm asking. Okay? Drive safe, get those plate lights fixed.
So you know what black people are going to say, right? I mean, not all black people, but some black people are going to say it must be nice to be white. What do you think? That's a fair question, isn't it? It's. I mean, where exactly is this guy? He's located where? I think he's in New Hampshire. So I guess everybody's white. Oh, was it Maine? It was Maine, wasn't it? Oh, so there was one other thing that she talked about. She talked about Operation Granite Hammer. But what is going on? Michael Eline is here. What's going on, Playboy? What is going on, Playboy? Roger is in the room. Joel Jeffus is in the room. Jody, what's going on? What is going on, April? So, 5Y News, what is going on? Nice. Chris Allen, what's up, Playboy? For me, honestly, I think you can see it in me when I talk. When I watch this happen to people, not everybody is going to be able to get away with it like some of these guys can get away with it. Most of you, if you don't do it right, you're going to go to jail. What does the cop want to do? The cop wants to pull you over, arrest you, impound your car, take you to the dungeon, and steal your money. That's what that cop wants to do. He believes that's his job. Did you see him? You're not taking 900 pounds of heroin through my town, are you? Oh, oh my God. Okay. I'll show you the clip before, but anyway, the point is, listen, whether you have my trifold, which you absolutely should have my trifold in your car, dude, you absolutely should. I give away so many. I gave away at least 10 today, 20. I don't know how many I put in envelopes. So many, just, you know what I mean? But so many, because so many people are broke right now because of the economy. So I gave away so many. I'll give away a couple more at the end of the show. We're not going to be here long. We've been on 28 minutes. Jeremy, what's going on? Welcome to another rendition of Delete Laws. What is going on out there? What is going on? There's so many videos, but I think the most disturbing video that I have seen this week, honestly, this is the most disturbing video I've seen. This is the most disturbing video that I've seen. This is the most disturbing video that I've seen. So let me plug it in. You guys got to watch this. And I think that you guys are going to find it as equally as disturbing as me, because this is absolutely disgusting. I know the judicial system takes care of their own, but read the headline. Police Lieutenant James Feely, his name is Feely, disgusting, facing life in prison for child SA abuse, changes plea to guilty with numerous letters of support. Gets 4 to 6 years in prison and 5 years probation. 4 to 6 years. But wait, there's more. Listen to what this guy did. This is unbelievable.
Police lieutenant has pleaded guilty to raping a child. The abuse continued for over a year until he was confronted by a family member.
The former policeman turned child rapist could have been sent to jail for life, but ultimately this deal plus these letters of support to the judge led to a more lenient sentencing, giving the defendant another chance to turn his life around.
Pleading guilty for a very vile acts that I committed.
Oh, but how vile could they be? What would be the most vile thing? Let's see what the most vile is.
Confession from a seemingly remorseful career policeman.
Did you hear what the state-run media just said? Listen to what Channel 10 Boston says.
Very vile acts
carefully.
that I committed.
A confession from a seemingly remorseful career policeman who now finds himself on the other side of the law.
Finds himself on the other side of the law? What exactly did you do, though, to find yourself there?
Knowing the rights that you're waiving, you still want to move forward and plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
57-year-old James Feely went before a Suffolk Superior Court judge on Monday to change his plea after an agreement with prosecutors, admitting to raping and assaulting a preteen at his home on multiple occasions in the span of nearly a year and a half.
He seemingly is remorseful, says Channel 10 Boston.
To change his plea after an agreement with prosecutors, admitting to...
Come on, you dirty bastard.
After an agreement with prosecutors, admitting to...
You guys still got me? Am I still with you? Is it just that video? I think it's just that video. Let me see.
on multiple occasions in the span of nearly a year and a half.
Did you in fact do the acts and the things that the prosecutor just described?
Unfortunately, yes.
It's been almost a year since Feely was confronted by a family member who learned of the abuse, leading the former cop to make a dark confession on Christmas Day.
He made numerous admissions to other Windsor police officers.
Feely, a foster parent to several children, was taken into custody, only for a 2-year-old to die at his home nearly a month later. Police say that case is unrelated and have found no foul play.
It is, in fact, very rare for abuse to happen in a foster care setting.
The state's office of the child advocate.
I'm so sorry. Hold on just a minute here, just real fast. I'm so sorry. What did she say? Listen carefully.
Case is unrelated and have found no foul play.
It is, in fact, very rare.
It's in fact very rare
for abuse to happen.
For abuse to happen
in a foster care setting.
She said that. She said that with a straight face. Look at her. You woman, you bad lady.
Rare for abuse to happen in a foster care setting.
The state's office of the child advocate says the key in this case was the victim coming forward.
Go to a trusted teacher, a trusted family member, a neighbor, anyone that you think can help you, and tell them what's going on.
Friends and family pleaded with a judge for leniency through support letters, with Feely's wife saying in part, "I understand that he can never return to this household, marriage, or have contact with my children.
My priority is my children. My husband has acknowledged his wrongdoing and has expressed deep remorse for his actions." Raping kids? Prepubescent? He understands the harm he's caused. No, he does not. He does not understand. He may have ruined that boy for life, if only one boy, and is committed to seeking professional help. There's no help in you, bro. There's no help in you. And making amends, you can't make it up. I believe he would benefit from being placed in a facility where he can receive the appropriate treatment and therapy to not want to SA kids, to address his issues. I understand the struggle and challenges my husband has faced. The challenges your husband's faced? What about the prepubescent boy he did that to? And they are in no means meant to minimize his behavior, but I know with the right support and counseling. Oh, really? You think someone just wants to, I can't say what I want to say because I'm on YouTube's. He can become a better person through rehabilitation and eventually redemption? Bro, I know that he cannot remain in our lives as he once was. My priority is my children and their well-being. I understand he can never return to this household, marriage, or have contact with my children. I humbly ask for your consideration in granting my husband the opportunity to receive the help he needs to become a productive member of society and a second chance to make amends and turn his life around. Turn your life. Okay, let me jump in. Let me give a little reaction here, okay? Okay. You want to RAPE prepubescent kids? There's no help for you. You can't be rehabilitated. You're a predator. You can't stop. It's compulsive. You'll do it again and you'll do it again. You can't have it. You have to take these predators and put them on Pedophile Island. They don't belong here. You can't go RAPING children. You can't prepubescent kids. You dirty. It's pig. Don't call them pigs, but that one right there, that one's a pig, right? You could say that fair and square. I mean, put a one in the chat if that's absolutely correct. Why would you get any sort of rehabilitation or leniency and say that you're going to redeem yourself? Dude, you are RAPE kids. And you did it as a position as a lieutenant for the cops. So, bro, you're so effed. You're so screwed. But listen, this is the worst thing I've seen on the internet all week. So,
with the right support and counseling, he can become a better person.
I wish that your family has full healing from this.
You wish his family? Is that what that judge just said? I wish your family has full healing from you RAPing kids?
I'm a better person.
I wish that your family has full healing from this, but there's a long journey ahead for you.
For you? What about the freaking kid?
All right, the judge sentenced Feely to 4 to 6 years in jail plus 5 years probation. He has to also seek treatment and register as a sex offender. Now,
what? I gotta hear it again.
5 years probation. Judge sentenced Feely to 4 to 6 years in jail plus 5 years probation. He has to also seek treatment and register as a sex offender.
Are you freaking kidding me? What the hell are you talking about? 4 to 6 years for verifiably raping a kid? 4 to 6 years for a prepubescent kid? And you did that to him? I'm trying to keep it clean. I am trying. You don't get any forgiveness. 50 years. Few Buds Gaming said it. 50 years. If it's verified that you are RAPing kids, SAing, they say, I guess you say it. 4 to 6 years? What about the kid? What about the kid? And by the way, SA predators are compulsive. So he did this before. He definitely did this before. He should get 50 years in prison. Chevy! He should get 50 years.
And now he also had supporters at today's hearing here at court.
Who, you go in and support a pedophile?
Just like his attorney, they did not want to comment.
Is he cuffed in the front too? You know who the biggest boo? You know, you boo. You know who the biggest boo goes on in this case? Right here. Okay. Here's the biggest boo.
But there's a lot ahead for you. I wish that
him. That guy right there. That's the biggest boo. Judge James Boudreau. That is the biggest boo. And this is in Boston. So this is the biggest boo. I'm sorry, you guys couldn't see what I'm seeing. That's the guy right there. The Honorable James Boudreau. The Honorable James Boudreau. Oh, yeah? In Boston? James Boudreau. Let's see more about James Beedry. Where's his mailing address? Judge James Boudreau. I think we should redress this judge. We should redress him. We should let him know exactly that we do not approve. That we do not approve at all whatsoever of that decision. And his
over a year, and
even his name is Feely. Like that. How much sympathy? I have very little sympathy for child predators. Now, do I think that we should attack them? No. Just like I'm anti-death penalty, we shouldn't kill people, even if they kill people. There's places that crazy people can go that they'll never, ever, ever get out. And that's where those crazy people go who kill other people. You're nuts. You're a nutball. if you do what Feely did to kids, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. You are deleted. Goodbye. Don't come back. You dirty jackboot thug. You dirty, dirty, dirty. I want to show you guys this video. So not this one. Remember when that girl was talking earlier about Operation Granite? Operation Granite Stone. Let me go to my history here real quick. I want you guys to see it. This guy, well, let me see where my screen is. There's so many. I have so many. Utah Defender, what is going on? What is going on? Everybody, Utah Defender, if you're not subscribed to Utah Defender, you're not following his story and what's going on down there, up there for me, Southern California, in Utah, then you should be following Utah Defender and following what he's going through. Plead the Fifth. What is up? What is up? And then all day today, I don't know if I think it was probably put back up online, but Reddit was down all day today, which was like, it was so strange. Like I don't realize how much I check into a website until it doesn't work anymore. And I was kind of lost. Today. It sucked because I didn't realize how much I watch. Okay, I'll show it. Sure. So I have zero empathy for Feely, and I hope that he gets what he deserves in prison by somebody. I hope he gets what he deserves. I mean, let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you, Kimberly, what's going on? Kimberly is here. Hello, Kimberly, Rebel Studios. Let me ask you guys a question. I guess that's a dark question. It's dark. So, do you wish evil people the worst fate, or do you pray for them? I mean, you know what I'm talking about? There are evil people. First, put a one in the chat if you agree that there are evil people in the world. Put a one in the chat if you think there are evil people in the world who are evil. Now, it's not either or, but kind of it is. Do you pray for them, or do you think, man, I hope they get hit by a car? I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, because you pray for them. So a lot of us believe. Kimberly prays for them. Utah Defender. There's evil people in the world, and I don't think that I hope they get hit by a car. But then, if they do, then I think to myself, I mean, you're an evil son of a bitch. So it's like, like you brought this upon yourself. You could only do so much evil-ish before sooner or later that evil gets you. Or we like to think, don't we? I don't entirely know if that's true or not. So I think sometimes the worst people get away with the worst things.
What's going on, man?
Okay, what I'm going to end up doing, since you want to play it this way, we're going to tow your vehicle. I'm still going to get your information.
You can't tow my vehicle, bro.
I absolutely can.
No, you can't. For what? For what? And I wasn't driving.
It doesn't matter if you're driving.
It does matter.
You've got expired plates. They look like they've been altered. The 2 doesn't look like. It looks like it's been changed from a 1 to a 2. You're refusing to give me any identification.
Because I didn't commit a crime,
so you're going to be detained.
I didn't commit a crime.
But I'm here on an investigation.
No one told me you, dude, you know the law, bro.
I do know the law. That's
I did nothing wrong. That's why I refuse to ask your questions. I don't have to.
Well,
and you know that.
No, that's not true.
That is true. That's very true.
I didn't just
That's very true.
On the street.
You didn't stop me at all.
No.
I didn't have to even open the door to answer any of your questions. I didn't have to answer none of your questions.
Private property, they don't.
And I have a room there. I don't have to prove that to you.
They said you don't.
It don't matter what they said. They didn't come and ask me if I was staying there.
They're the ones that called me.
And I said they didn't come and ask me.
They called me.
You know the law. You didn't tell your name. You know I didn't have to open this door and answer your question. I only did it because I thought you was gonna be civilized and be like, all right,
I am being civil.
but you're not. You trying to tell me that you can tow my car because I didn't want to give you my name. I said 233. I did not say 232.
Stop talking over me. I told you I can tow your car because it don't have legal plates on.
But if I'm driving, you know that though, and you know the rules.
You don't have to be driving it.
I do have to be driving for you to stop me and tell me that you can tow my car.
That's not true at all.
That's very true, and you know that.
I can tow your vehicle because it's not plated legally.
Man, you know the law. You know the law.
Vehicle.
You have a good day, sir. I'm done answering questions.
Exactly. We need to learn how to stop entertaining this BS. Remember, cops won't reason or negotiate with you if what they're saying is true. They'll just attack, arrest, and pick up the pieces later.
Then there's two of them. Damn, look at all these cops.
Damn,
look at all these cops. I ain't answering no dough, none of that shit, bro. On God. Because I ain't did shit, nigga. Y'all fucking with me for no motherfucking reason. I'm fan. I'm about to record all this shit. These niggas are one. Hold on, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. They done pulled up 4 cops because I'm staying at a hotel. Hell no. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5. 5 of them. Because I'm staying at the wrong angle. He know damn well I ain't got to answer no questions. He know that already. Come on now. Don't try to play stupid, man.
let me stop and react to the video here. This is a reaction video for the YouTubes. What are the police hoping to accomplish? Why do they need to come up 5 guys on this one guy? Why does it have to be this way? This is a Terry stop because there's no reason for the police to come up. Even if they got a call, it's still a Terry stop. They're stopping him based on reasonable, articulable suspicion. I just don't know why it has to be this way, why this organization has to be in this manner.
Can you not touch my door, sir, and close my door? Can you close my door?
Hey, so,
sir, can you close my door, sir?
Real talk. Are you from Indiana? Like, do you know Indiana law?
I know the law. Yes, I do it.
You know the law?
And don't y'all know that I don't have to answer questions? That's what I was trying to tell him.
Okay.
I tell him I was waiting on the phone call. My girl, we having an argument. I'm about to go in a little bit to go get some rest. I'm just chilling.
Are you?
I ain't did nothing. There's no reason for y'all to have 6 cars out here, bro.
So I just got here, so I don't know what's going on.
Isn't that always the way it is? And by the way, it says on his jacket right there, Canine Officer. So he's one of the sickest ones there. Canine officers are sick and sadistic and evil.
Are you refusing to step out of the car and just talk to him?
He never asked none of that. He asked me, was I staying? He asked me what room. I told him. He came back and said,
I mean, if you're a black guy, does he not look like a white supremacist to you? I'm not saying that he is. I'm saying if you're a black guy who talks like that, damn, he don't look like a white supremacist to you?
You confirmed the wrong room. I told him 233. He said 232. He come back and say, you ain't in 232. I said, well, I ain't answering no more questions, man. I'm waiting on my phone call. Okay. And that's why I'm sitting here. I got a phone call in 15 minutes that I'm waiting on.
Okay. Well, we're from 2 different agencies, so
I get it.
Here, I don't know what's up. Is there a way you can step out so we can figure this out?
No. I'm talking.
Why do you need to step out so they can figure it out? Because remember, and let me just be honest with you, their goal is to pull you over, arrest you, impound your car, take you to the dungeon, and steal your money. That's what their goal is. That's what they want to do. That's what they're trying to do. That's everything to them, to get you out of the car so that you can go in the torture cuffs. That's why he wants you out of the car. He wants to put you in torture cuffs. He signed up to this job knowing that he'll be putting you in torture cuffs. that's this is the disconnect between the people and the people who call themselves law enforcers, who are actually peace officers.
Right here for my safety.
Okay, well, we work for two different agencies, so
I get it.
I don't know what's up. Is there a way you can step out so we can figure this out?
No, nope. I'm talking right here for my safety. I got beat up by the police before.
I understand.
And I don't want to get my name or nothing. I ain't did nothing wrong. They didn't say I committed no crime.
Right, I understand.
He's giving a little too much information, though.
So you don't have to have committed a crime, but if law enforcement asks you out of a vehicle.
But why though? Why would you just randomly come and ask me to get in my car?
So I don't know what the circumstances of that is.
Now again, he's saying, I just got here, I don't know. And now he's saying, I don't know what the circumstances of that is, but
The Supreme Court says that I don't need a reason to ask you to step out of the car to talk to me.
no, that's not true. That's completely and utterly incorrect. It is incorrect data. That is completely wrong. First, you plead the fifth, you flip the trifold open, and if you read it here, I'm actually letting you know that Pennsylvania versus Mims, the cop has to believe that you're armed and presently dangerous. If by video you could show there's no way a reasonable officer believe that you're armed and presently dangerous, you can challenge the order as unlawful because it's against the spirit of the law. Challenging the law could certainly get you arrested. The beginning of Pennsylvania versus Mims says officer safety. This is the actual holding from the Supreme Court that you exit for officer safety. You have to get out. There's the law right there. You can see I put it right there. Exit for officer safety. But then down here, I'll pull up Pennsylvania versus Mims, but I can just tell you what it says. The officer has to believe that you're armed and dangerous and presently dangerous. Graham versus Connor says the officer can take into account the severity of the crime and the danger that you pose to him now. 1989 Graham versus Connor. So when you combine those things, then he has unlimited power. It's absolutely horrible.
It doesn't mean that you've committed a crime, but you do have to legally step out to talk to me. For my safety, that's the law.
I need y'all to remember that a cop will tell you anything if they think you'll believe it.
It's true, though. You can challenge it, but the way you would be able to challenge it is you would be able to take your camera and say, officer, I understand Pennsylvania versus Mims. I understand my trifold. I understand the law. I'm showing myself on camera right now. I'm not wearing a baggy hoodie. I'm wearing a t-shirt and pair of shorts. There's no way you could believe I'm armed and presently dangerous, so I'm not going to get out of the car. Now, you're probably going to get arrested if you take that stance, but then you could challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims if you are going to go for it, but you will get arrested. 99% chance you get arrested. 99% chance.
So let's be clear. On a legal traffic stop, keyword legal, if a cop wants you out for safety concerns, you have to get out.
Good job, dog.
But last time I checked, this is not a traffic stop, and there's nothing about this encounter that makes it legal.
If you don't, you could go to jail for resisting law enforcement. So, I mean...
Resisting law enforcement, that would be when I'm getting arrested and I'm resisting. Not talking to y'all. I'm talking to you right now. I can perfectly talk. That would be resisting. Resisting arrest would mean I would be getting arrested. But resisting to talk to you, step out my car is not resisting anything.
Resisting arrest. I said resisting law enforcement. Not resisting.
What does that mean? I'm not resisting. I'm talking to you right now.
If you're asked to step out of the vehicle, even if no criminal activity's taking place, right? Say there's suspicion of criminal activity. I don't know.
Well,
it doesn't mean that you've committed a crime.
Right.
But if you refuse to step out of the vehicle, you could be charged with resisting law enforcement, which is an arrestable offense. You can go to jail for it. So saying to avoid all of that complication.
So I can arrest you. I can arrest you. I can arrest you.
You step out and help us figure out what's going on.
Help us. What's going on? You want to interrogate me, try to find a reason to arrest me.
I didn't say you did anything wrong. I just got here.
There it is, the third time. I don't know what's going on. I just got here. I just want to investigate you now.
But I'm just trying to keep this as cool as we can and make sure that you're aware of what consequences are, and we don't want to have to go there.
Yes, you do. You sure do, bro. You want to flex your authority on a guy who you know is not going to do anything but put his hands up and go, I'm not going to fight you.
not saying that those are consequences for you now. I'm saying those are potential if this continues. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to keep.
You have to get out of the car. Let me just say it on camera unequivocally so you guys understand. If the cop tells you to get out of the car, you have to get out of the car. Unless you want to turn into a freedom fighter and go to jail, you're probably going to go to jail if you don't get out of the car. That's why it says exit the vehicle on Pennsylvania versus Mims on the trifold. Officer safety is legitimate and sorry about that. It's legitimate and weighty, and the intrusion into personal liberty at most is a mere inconvenience. The facts available to the officer at the moment of the seizure warrant a person of reasonable caution to believe that the action taken was appropriate. Action is removing you from the auto. The law is that you must get out when lawfully stopped. The reason you get out, the spirit of the law, is for officer safety. So it says it unequivocally in the trifold. Now, if you can prove on camera that the cop can no way a reasonable judge or jury would believe that you're armed and presently a danger to that copper, then you could challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. You're going to lose in state court. You're going to lose in your appeal. You're going to lose at district court. You have 2 or 3 losses before anybody shines a light on you at all and says, well, wait a minute, the spirit of the law, where you get to the level of judges who just sit around and think about how the law works and what is the right application of the law. And then some of those people are corrupt a-holes. So back to this guy.
So that there are, and we don't want to have to go there.
Yes, you
I'm
do.
not saying that those are consequences for you now. I'm saying those are potential if this continues. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to keep it so that there are no consequences.
Look at all these people recording. But yeah, man, it's all good. I'm waiting on the phone call, bro.
Can you step out so we figure out what's going on?
I just want to sit in here like I was.
I get it.
And I don't want to.
What I just said, though.
I heard what you said. I don't want to step out because I didn't. Okay. I'm waiting on the phone. I'm talking to you comfortably and safely from here. And then, and not only that, it's 6 of you guys, if not more.
What room did you say you were in, sir?
You understand what I'm saying?
You said 233.
Are you in 233?
That's what I'm waiting on the phone call for, bro.
So you lied.
I'm waiting.
Lying again. There is.
So you lied.
I never answered your question. First off,
this is what folks mean when
this is where you plead the Fifth Amendment. But let's hear what this guy has to say.
they say, don't talk to cops, because nothing good can come from it. Everything you say will be used to try to jam you up.
Bro, let me rewind you real quick.
Never answered your question. First off,
this is
okay. Let's zoom in because he's a little.
What folks mean when they say, don't talk to cops, because nothing.
Answered your question. First off,
this is what folks mean when they say, don't talk to cops, because nothing good can come from it. Everything you say will be used to try to jam you up, and nothing you say will make them go away.
Boom, dude. I wanted to get that clean for my editor.
You see why I want to stay in though, because he's acting as if I committed a crime or something.
Right. So I think what the issue is here is that because you wouldn't come out and talk, I think that kind of raises our risk a little bit, and that's why.
It's many of you guys. Y'all got guns. I'm a raised Lamalori. I have no weapon.
You can.
You guys have weapons, and it's multiple.
You know what would help us lower it? Can you step out of the car and we can talk about it? It doesn't mean we're searching your car.
I didn't say you were.
It just means that you're.
I just feel safer in the car. I mean, this is good enough. You got the door open, and you open it without my consent. But
the plates aren't legal on this vehicle. Anyway, it shows that the plates that belong on here expired in 2020, so it's illegally plated. We're going to tow the vehicle, so you're going to have to get out.
Oh, there it is.
There's
the hard a-hole right there. There's the hard one.
Shows
consent, but
the plates are.
Let's get a good look at him and watch him flex his authority.
Car, I mean, this is good enough. You got the door open, and you open it without my consent. But
the plates aren't legal on this vehicle. Anyway, it shows that the plates that belong on here expired in 2020, so it's illegally plated. We're going to tow the vehicle, so you're going to have to get out.
So that's the decision that's being made.
You can't tow my vehicle, bro.
Sure can.
If you didn't.
Oh, a-hole A. Look at him. Look at how angry he is, boy. Tell you what.
So that's the decision that's being made.
You can't tow my vehicle, bro.
Look at the heat in this guy, man. He I mean, look at his face, really.
Yeah, I mean, this is good enough. You got the door open, and you open it without my consent, but
The plates
Now watch his face when he's not talking.
aren't legal on this vehicle anyway. It shows that the plates that belong on here expired in 2020, so it's illegally plated. We're going to tow the vehicle, so you're going to have to get out.
So that's the decision that's being made.
you
So-
can't tow my vehicle,
Wow.
bro.
Sure can.
If you didn't pull me over, you know that.
No,
That's not the
You
case.
can't just randomly come in somebody.
Look how
And
mad
how
he
you know
is.
this even my vehicle? Like I could be just sitting in here.
Doesn't matter.
I could have walked right out of there. You can't just come and walk up and say, because you don't want to give me your identification, or you didn't even ask for it. I don't even know what is this about. What's the purpose of you even saying right around my place?
I haven't.
You came to ask me if I was staying here. Why are you talking about my license plate?
But then you lied to me about it.
It don't matter if
You lied to me. He didn't answer the question. He already said that.
I lied. I never said I lied. Who said I lied about anything?
You did lie.
I lied about what?
What room you were staying in, that you were staying
I didn't lie about nothing.
in. So what room are you staying in?
I didn't lie.
So this was classic good cop, bad cop. Classic, wasn't it? Hey, I want to help you out. I want to help you out. And this guy comes in. We're going to arrest you and impound your car.
About anything, and I don't have to tell you that. That's not the case here. I'm not here causing a problem. I'm not here. They said they called you because they thought I wasn't staying here. They talked to me 4 or 5 hours ago before check-in time. It's not against the law for me to sit in the vehicle and talk on the phone. Just because they
He's just being free. Don't you dare be free or we're going to open an investigation on you.
it's not against the law for me to sit in the vehicle and talk on the phone. Just because they thought I wasn't staying here. So all of this is irrelevant.
No,
It very is.
Oh, man.
Oh, you just called me irrelevant? You just called me irrelevant?
Very so much is.
It's not.
It's
You
not
didn't-
irrelevant because I can arrest you.
Catch me on the side of the road, not pulled in here, and you say, "Oh, I'm pulling you over," and your plot ran your plate. You didn't do any of that. You came over here because you thought I wasn't standing in the room. How does not stand in the?
We got called here.
You got called here. You hear me, boy?
Called here, not you. But he knows the law, and he knows what I'm saying.
No, they're in on it together, brother.
See, and that's what it is. You think you got a feeling, and that's how people get. That's how people get in law. What it is, you think.
What did he say? Let's see if we can hear what he says. Because do I have it turned all the way up? I'm sure I do. I got it turned all the way up. But see what you can hear what the cops say. He said, "You got a feeling?" Oh, he did say that.
See, and that's what it.
I have a feeling he's probably gonna.
See, and that's what it is. You think you got a feeling, and that's how people get. That's how people get in lawsuits, because you have a feeling. I'm an Army veteran, and I'm serving the country just like y'all doing. So don't think that I don't know the law because you think I don't know the law.
You don't know you can't be in possession of a vehicle with bad plates on it out if it's not on your property.
Lord have mercy. This guy.
He was sitting in the car. He wasn't driving the car.
Yeah, 8 minutes and 59 seconds. Police
All right.
bothering
What
me.
is your name? Just because I'm not asking for your.
So now here comes the nice cop. Now we're going to be nice again because he's right. He wasn't doing anything but sitting in a car.
Your ID and stuff. I just want to be able to address you correctly while we're talking.
Mhm.
What's your name?
Just good citizen, man. I'm a great citizen, actually. Outstanding citizen.
Okay. Well, my name's John.
I get it, John.
Can I get your first name at least so we can talk?
Call me good.
We talking now, John?
That's fine. Well, this is what I want to try to avoid for you. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand that obviously
So
you don't have a ton of trust in us, and I get that.
Punchline! Punchline right here. This I understand. You don't have a lot of trust in us. Yeah. You sure about that? Put a 1 in the chat if you don't have a lot of trust in the cops, okay? Put a 1 in the chat if the last thing you want to, and if your car's ever been stolen, you got to call the cops. Put a 1 in the chat. The last thing you ever want to do is call the cops, right? My car got stolen. You have to call the cops. Someone does something wrong to you, you have to call the cops. I can't kill anybody. I can't take the matter into my own hands. Hold on. Let's laugh together. Okay. Let's laugh together. Wait for it. There's a punchline here.
Are we talking now, John?
That's fine. This is what I want to try to avoid for you, okay?
Yeah.
I understand that obviously you don't have a ton of trust in us, and
Are you sure about that, Bob? You sure about that, John? You sure about that? I understand you don't have a ton of trust in us. You're onto something there. Oh, fuck me. That is rich. That is rich. So let's okay, what's the timestamp on this bad chicken? 10 minutes and 8 seconds. So it's almost over, right? You don't have a ton of trust.
It very so much is.
It's not.
You didn't catch me ever said I lied. Who said I lied about anything?
You did lie.
I lied about what?
What room you were staying in? That you.
You have a ton of trust in us. Remember this a-hole you brought in?
Trust in us. And
yeah.
I understand that obviously you don't have a ton of trust in us, and I get that. That's fine. But I want to try to explain a little bit of.
Can you close that door?
Can I close it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna step out and talk to me so we have?
I'm gonna open this one and I'm gonna just sit down because I'm feeling sick. I'm gonna just sit here.
That's fine. So what I'm trying.
But I am recording just like you guys.
That's fine. What I'm trying to get across to you is
on
that I'm trying to share some of what Indiana's law is and kind of how we operate, because I don't want to see you catch a charge or get in trouble for something.
I don't want to see you catch a charge. Catch a charge? You're the only a-hole in the room that can charge him.
That's probably pretty petty, right? So I'm trying to give you this information so that you can make a good decision with us. I don't want to.
Classic good cop, right? And the other one's going to come in like a barking dog.
Grab you and pull you out of the car. Do any of that shit. I don't want to do any of that.
All right, because I don't deserve that, man.
No, and I don't think you do either. But you got to understand, eventually,
I'm in charge.
It's going to come if you don't work with us a little bit. And I want to tell you this too. That's not the way I want it to go, but it's legal. It's legit.
Let's listen for the homie. It's his channel.
What you're looking at are threats and intimidation.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah.
Really don't want to beat and kidnap you, but I will if you don't comply.
Yeah, that's right. I don't want you to catch a charge, but I'll give you charges.
In many cases, it's enough to make most people submit because we all just want to make it home safely. But the problem is when we trade our rights for that safety, we probably end up losing them both. And I'll tell you and remind you again, knowing your rights don't mean shit if you don't execute them when need be.
Boom. Boom. That's right there, boy. That right there. I know a lot of you guys have the trifold. There's a little over 400 people here. Put a 1 in the chat if you have the trifold. Put a 2 in the chat if you're a trifold ninja. If you know every single case on here, you've been over every single case. You know how to use this trifold. There's a big difference. You got to be a trifold ninja. You know every single case on here, every one of them. It's just like I'm creating some stuff right now. I'm creating a game, so you guys will be able to learn them. I'm going to teach them in the most direct way I possibly can.
You decide. Until the next one. Much love, blessings, peace, and always respect.
So we don't want to do all that, right. At this point, with everything that's going on,
what's going on? With everything that's going on, but what's going on? He's sitting in a car on a phone making phone calls. What's going on, Copper?
No one said you've committed a crime.
I know.
But by law, you're forced at this time to ID. You're forced at this time to get out of the car. All this stuff that I'm not trying to force on you because I don't want to make this a bigger thing than it is. But by law, we could go there. We could do all that. So if you're cool with kind of cooperating with that, and we don't have to grab you. We don't have to, give me your ID.
Oh, this guy's just steaming back here, man. This Anna right here is not listening. You could just see it.
All this
Indiana.
other stuff.
Right.
That's probably a better way to go about it because legally.
Let me give y'all this mug so y'all can go on and I can get on about my day, man.
That's legit.
That's not what we want.
That's legit.
Lord have mercy.
Are you dead?
He gave up his ID in the end with no probable cause for any crime.
How would you even know that anyway?
I'm just asking.
How would you know that?
That's not what we want.
That's legit.
Lord have mercy.
Are you Devin?
How would you even know that anyway?
I'm just asking.
How would you know that?
Because it's in your car.
Oh, yeah, on the tag?
Yeah.
Good job. Didn't I see you earlier?
Everyone recognizes him.
Yeah, you look like somebody.
Let's deal with the plates on this car because those are.
Well, I mean, what? I mean, dying to live. I'm subscribed to your channel, bro. I love you, but where's the rest of that video?
You're refusing to give me any identification.
Stand here. They talk to me.
Trying to force on you because I don't want to make this a big.
Lord have mercy.
Are you Devin?
How would you even know that anyway?
I'm just asking.
How would you know that?
Because it's in your car.
Oh, yeah, on the tag?
Yeah.
Good job. Didn't I see you earlier?
Everyone recognizes him.
Yeah, you look like somebody.
Let's deal with the plates on this car because those are.
And then he just turns off his recorder? I mean, come on, bro. Come on, bro. There was this one part right here.
But you got to understand, eventually it's going to come if you don't work with us a little bit. And I want to tell you this too. That's not the way I want it to go, but it's legal. It's legit. So we don't want to do all that,
Bro, that is, I mean, do me a favor. Put a 1 in the chat if that's exactly how he wants it to go. That's exactly how he wants it to go. He's looking forward to being able to tell everybody how he flexed his authority all over somebody, that he physically, and by the way, 99% of the time, nobody's fighting back against the cop. They don't want to. I mean, you guys have seen cops arrest me. I don't fight back. Why would you fight back? They're going to kill you. They're going to kill you if you do. So and there's one more part here.
At this point, with everything that's going on, no one said you've committed a crime.
I know.
But by law, you're forced at this time to ID. You're forced at this time to get out of the car. All this stuff that I'm not trying to force on you because I don't want to make.
This was the part right here.
I know.
But by law, you're forced at this time to.
You're forced at this time.
ID. You're forced at this time to get out of the car. All this.
You're forced at this time to get out of the car. You're forced to give ID. You're forced to get out of the car. That's what he just said.
Stuff that I'm not trying to force on you.
But I'm not trying to force it on you. I'm so sorry. With all the things that are going on, with everything going on right now, everything going on, if you're not here, there's no situation at all. I'm sitting in a car, texting, talking on my phone, gaming, whatever the guy does. It's just inconceivable that we have this system of injustice, that this is the Terry versus Ohio problem. Because now in this particular case, the cops are going to say that they have probable cause because of the license plate. But let me show you guys something. I saw someone earlier talking about this, so I thought I would put the case up for you. Cops can lie to you. In the 1969 case of Frazier versus Cupp, by ideology, it was a unanimous decision. Unanimous. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Oh, let me read it for you. I'm sorry about that. They're not going to do it here. 1 second. I'll pull it up for you. So right here, we can get into it a little bit. We'll give the background of the case. Petitioner in this case, in this habeas corpus proceeding, claims his constitutional rights were violated in his 1965 murder, which he had been indicted jointly with Rawls, who pled guilty. The prosecutor, on the basis of previous information he had received that Rawls would testify, included in his opening statement in a brief of Rawls' expected testimony. When Rawls was called to the stand, he claimed his privilege against self-incrimination. He pled the fifth, and he was dismissed. Petitioner motion for a mistrial were overruled. The trial court instructed the jury that the opening statement of the counsel should not be considered as evidence. After preliminary questioning shortly after his arrest, petitioner was told that he could have an attorney if he wanted one, and that anything he said could be used against him at trial. Thereafter, the interrogating officer falsely told the petitioner, who was reluctant to talk, that Rawls had confessed. Thereafter, the cop told the petitioner, the guy who got arrested for murder, that Rawls had confessed to it. The murderer later so I want you to understand something when you're reading this. The reason why cops can lie to you has to do with a murder. His constitutional rights were violated in 3 respects in his trial in a 1965 murder. So then what happens is, when it's fed to you through the state-run media, and this case is in 1969, so there was no alternative media at all. When Frazier versus Cupp came out, they said, oh, cops need to be able to lie to you to catch murderers. That's what Frazier versus Cupp is. They have to do it for murderers. The 2009 case of Arizona versus Johnson, that the passenger is detained and can be put in a cage, is based on Johnson being a gang member. So you have to be able to detain passengers because, hey, look, what about gang members? What if the passenger's a gang member, as Johnson was alleged to be? So I want to point out things that you may not be looking at. Remember, this case is about the cops are allowed to lie to you, and this is about a murder. Thereafter, the interrogating officer falsely told the petitioner, who was reluctant to talk, that Rawls had confessed. Petitioner later began to spill his story, but again showed signs of reluctance and said he thought he better get a lawyer before he talked any more. Following the officer's reply, the petitioner could not be in any more trouble than he was in. Petitioner fully confessed, and after further warning, signed a written confession, which was later admitted as evidence over petitioner's objection. Also admitted in evidence was clothing which officers had seized from petitioner. So you get it. And now let's go down here to the holding. So right here it says held. This is what the Supreme Court justices unanimously decided together on the facts of the case, and it goes on, but you'll get to the actual words of what it says as you just scroll down into it. Mr. Marshall delivered, so Chief Justice delivered the opinion of the court. Petitioner was convicted in Oregon for the slaying of one Russell Antone Marleau. After the Supreme Court of Oregon had affirmed his conviction, petitioner filed a petition of writ of habeas corpus in the district court. The district court granted the writ, but the Court of Appeals of the Ninth Circuit reversed it. So the district court, he actually won. Then they granted certiorari to the Supreme Court. The 3 contentions of error raised by the petitioner, although petitioner's case has been ably briefed and argued by appointed counsel, we find none of these allegations sufficient to warrant reversal. That the cop can lie. Although petitioner's case has been ably briefed and argued by appointed counsel, we find none of these allegations sufficient to warrant a reversal of the Ninth Circuit's holding that the cop could lie, and that the cop could lie to you to coerce a confession out of you, and it was completely admissible. So, there it is right there. We can read a couple more paragraphs, but that's it right there. Petitioner's first argument centers on certain, but then it gets into the argument and this and that. But they said, if you want to read it, I'll put the link in here, but I don't think a lot of people want to sit and listen to me read stuff. but I will put the link right here for you guys if you guys want to read that whole case, so now when people say, did you know that police can lie to you? Police can lie to you because of the 1969 case of Frazier versus Cupp, where the Supreme Court set a policy that the cops can mislead you, lie to you, and that's perfectly fine. And what was it over? Well, it was over a murder. So you should understand giving up a little bit of your liberty is okay. After all, we got to catch murderers. And that's the constant resounding, I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it clean. That's the resounding, continuous beating the Supreme Court puts on us year after year after year. The Supreme Court works against the people a lot of the time. And that sucks, but it's true. I wish they didn't. You know what I mean? The Supreme Court said what? The cops can lie to you and coerce you into a confession. And that's fine. That's unanimously, all of them said that. Oh, well, they had to mislead him so that he would confess to a murder. Well, of course. But one, for one is for all. So that means when it applies to you, it applies to all people. And that's why I say the country is institutionally racist, because many, 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 many of those Supreme Court cases, including, of course, Terry versus Ohio, is created because a black guy was at the Supreme Court. And of course, law enforcement needs to be able to do this. We're talking about criminals here. It's not going to apply to everybody, so.
Well, happening today, former Savannah police officer Ernest Ferguson will face a Chatham County judge for the death of Sonny Lee in 2022. WJCL 22 News' Kyron DeVoe. He is joining us live in the studio this morning with more on what's expected to happen in court today. Good morning, Kai.
Well, Emma, good morning. So Ferguson will be in front of Chatham County Judge Penny Fresman this afternoon for an arraignment hearing. Now, this is the time we're going to hear his plea if he wants to be guilty or not guilty after being indicted back in September. Now, a grand jury indicted the former Savannah police officer on 8 counts for the June 2022 fatal shooting, 3 counts of felony murder, 2 counts of making false statements during the investigation, 1 count each of aggravated assault and aggravated battery. Now, investigators say Ferguson confronted Lee as he was walking down Gwinnett Street in 2022, which led to a foot chase that ended in Lee's death.
I just want justice for my son, Sade Lee, and I like the truth to come out. And once the truth come out, everything goes to hell.
So did you hear how the state-run media reported? Listen to this.
As he was walking down Gwinnett Street in 2022, which led to a foot chase.
It led to a foot chase.
That ended in Lee's death.
What? You're skipping a lot of facts there, right? It led to a foot chase that I'm so sorry. It's confusing to me. Led to let me listen to this again.
Walking down Gwinnett Street in 2022, which led to a foot chase that ended in Lee's death.
I just want justice for my son, Sade Lee, and I like the truth to come out. And once the truth come out, everything goes to hell.
Now, the family of Lee has filed a civil lawsuit against Ferguson and the city of Savannah. Now, Ferguson's attorney, Keith Barber, has declined to comment to us here at WJCL. And the same for the city of Savannah and the Savannah Police Department. They have not commented, but Mayor Van Johnson has shared his personal opinions on the case. I'll share that next at 5:30. Frank, Emma.
All right, our Kyron DeVoe live for us, Kai. Thanks so much.
Yeah. So, but you heard it, right? This part right here. Let me go back to this part right here.
Investigators say Ferguson confronted Lee as he was walking down Gwinnett Street in 2022, which led to a foot chase that ended in Lee's death.
He confronted, has the whole world gone mad? Am I the only one who heard that and it made no sense? How did he die? Did anybody know how he died? Am I oblivious here? How did he die? Can anybody tell me how he died? It led to a foot chase and Lee's death. How? How did he die? How did he die? He was walking down the pathway, is what you said. And then I'm reading the comments here, trying to figure out if anybody caught something that I didn't catch. How is he dead? Well, 5Y News said red rum. That's what he said. That's what she said. Okay. So does anybody know? Yeah, Chris Allen said there's more to that story on the internet. What's up, Nabil? It's lets police use deception interrogation as long as it doesn't force confessions, opening the door to abuse like coerced confessions. But that's what that says. Has it worked out that way though? No, it has not worked out that way. Expanded powers seem often to lead to overreach. Yep. 100%. 100%. 100%. Anybody in the comments can tell me how he died, please. I'm pausing the show here for a moment because I need help I need to crowdsource this. How did he die? I'm going to play it back and we're going to listen to it and I'm going to listen to every detail. It's only a minute and 26 seconds.
Well, happening today, former Savannah police officer Ernest Ferguson will face a Chatham County judge for the death of Sonny Lee in 2020.
Okay, so he's going to face the judge. We know this part. And for the death of Sonny Lee. Okay, cool. We got that.
JCL 22 News, this is Karen Neveau. He is joining us live in the studio this morning with more on what's expected to happen in court today. Good morning, Kai.
Well, Emma, good morning. So Ferguson will be in front of Chatham County Judge Penny Fresman this afternoon for an arraignment hearing. Now, this is the time we're going to hear his plea if he wants to be guilty or not guilty after being indicted back in September. Now, a grand jury indicted the former Savannah police officer on 8 counts for the June 2022 fatal shooting.
Fatal shooting. Okay. So I get it. You didn't want to say it. You didn't want to say he chased him down a footpath and murdered him. You didn't want to say that. I get it. Okay. That makes all the sense in the world.
3 counts of felony murder, 2 counts of making...
Oh, they said the word murder. 3 counts.
False statements during the investigation. 1 count each of aggravated assault and aggravated battery. Now, investigators say Ferguson confronted Lee as he was walking down Gwinnett Street in 2022, which led to a foot chase.
So Ferguson confronted Lee and it led to a foot chase and then he shot him.
That ended in Lee's death.
Okay. There's so many details here. I guess that's why they have to go to trial. Now he's going to be charged with felony murder. And then the judge is going to give the cop a hug and say, I'm so sorry that your family's going through this. I mean, we saw earlier a patter-ass cop. The judge said, as I wish you luck, you and your family, as you go through this. He wished the lieutenant who was to kids, he wished him luck. Good luck. I hope you and your family can get through this. I'm looking for redemption. You are APE kids. So this one here, let's see if he actually gets if he actually gets hammered as he should get hammered. Let's see if he, because he should be locked away for a long period of time if he chased a dude down. Oh no, it got taken down. Damn. That's a bummer. I wanted to show you that video. This is my Reddit, my Reddit feed that I get.
Hey, get over here! I got one running. I got one running. Sir! Sir!
I got to be careful because the AI, you know what I mean? There's a artificial intelligence and it will pick up what I'm putting down unless I break it up a little bit. So we'll still get to see it, but we won't get to watch it like the way, because of censorship. That's why, because of censorship.
Down! Sir! Get down! Sir! Get down! Hey! Hey, to the window! All right, so you have the right to Hey, get over here! I got one run. Sir, drop the gun! Sir, get down! Sir, get down! Sir, get down! Hey, to the window! To the wall! To the wall!
I was randomly scrolling on Reddit. How the hell do I know what's going to pop up? I mean, that was pretty funny, though. I mean, do you think that was cop humor? I just thought it was funny. I thought a couple guys made a video who wanted to get views, likes, comments, and shares, and so they made that video. I think that was pretty genius, actually. Pretty smart. Those dudes were... which video is this one? It's really slow, though. I don't know if you guys want to see it. It's real slow. It's real slow. It's not the best at all whatsoever. Shoot, what are we looking at right now? Let me see it. April Rain, what is going on? Roger Lane. April Rain, Roger Lane. April Rain, Roger Lane. Roger Lane, April Rain. April Rain. Jonathan Rogers, Salt Shaker. Chevy! What's up, Playboy? What's up, Playboy? Rebel Studios, Clown Patrol. Nabil is here, and he's... How do you say that? Can you put the pronunciation out? You can tell Nabil's from Twitter, because you have to just tweet and tweet and tweet and tweet and tweet on Twitter for you to gain a following, for anything to like take off for you. You really do. Let's watch this one. I've got like 25 tabs open across the top of my thing, and I'm just going through and like, how about this one? How about this one? But some of them suck. You know, this was the headline of my, this is the thumbnail for this whole video. So let's watch this. And this says, Sergeant Newton charged with misdemeanors that includes assault, terroristic threats, menacing, and criminal trespassing after responding to fire and tasing a man. From Kentucky, of course.
A Litchfield police officer faces assault charges. A special Grayson County grand jury indicted Sergeant DJ Newton for misdemeanor charges including assault, terroristic threatening, menacing, and criminal trespassing. Police say this comes after an incident in June when Newton responded to a fire and tased a man. Court documents say Newton injured Lanny Fentress and his son. Those two were also arrested that night for charges including menacing, assault, and wanton endangerment of a police officer. Newton is expected in court on Wednesday. He was put on unpaid leave with the department.
Unpaid leave? Man, what did he do wrong? What did Sergeant DJ Newton do wrong? How did he really put himself on the other side of the gang? Not being paid after hurting people? How? I mean, and take a look at the guy that he hurt. Like, dude, his son doesn't look very bright, that's for sure. But then again, he might be pretty disappointed that he's in a dungeon for no good reason. But look at that. Look at that. And he isn't being paid? What gang member has he pissed off that when you kick the shit out of someone, you don't get paid leave? Huh? I mean, what? How did you F this up, bro? Maybe you weren't towing the thin blue line. I don't know. But if you beat this guy up that good and you're not on paid leave, that's a shocker. I mean, that's an absolute shocker, isn't it? I mean, when you can see the damage done to a citizen, don't the cops have a popcorn party? You know, I mean, don't they look at this and go, man, you see that guy's eye on the news? Yeah. You see his eye? Did you see his eye? Did you see his eye? This fist, I hit him. I see his eye look like that? It's because of my fist. Like, I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong? It's, I started a Kick account. I started a Kick account because tonight, late at night, just so you guys know, you can find me on Kick. You guys can follow my Kick account. Is anybody on Kick? Follow my Kick account. I'm glad you said something, Chuck Bronson. What's up, Playboy? Follow my Kick account because tonight I'm going to be building out. I'm going to just work. I'm going to work because I got a shot in my thumb and my thumb feels pretty freaking good. So I'm going to build this wall out and I'm going to do it on Kick. And Chuck Bronson walked me through the steps. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks, Chuck. Death Angel. Cop to other cop. How's your hands? Right? Like this guy's face looks like that. And the top question would be, hey, how are your hands? Your hands okay? His face didn't hurt your hands, did it? So true.
KTV continue following all the latest.
The executive.
KTV's Jesse Gary joining us live from Redwood City with the latest developments.
Christina, Alex, good evening to you. The executive ring around the sheriff has been shaken by today's departures. Government leaders, insiders, and onlookers all agree there needs to be at least one more departure, and that's of the sheriff herself.
We've seen a lot happen, but I haven't seen as much happen internally in the county with as much dysfunction as I've seen come out of the sheriff's department.
A frantic Friday for members of the San Mateo County Sheriff's Office. The Deputy Sheriff's Association confirms Acting Assistant Sheriff Matt Fox has resigned. And
I mean, what does corruption look like? There it is.
multiple sources who request anonymity tell Fox 2 Undersheriff Dan Perea has also quit. These departures could seriously affect the executive ring around the sheriff.
It's nearly impossible to imagine how you continue to operate a sheriff's office. And again, this is the chief law enforcement officer in San Mateo County. This is an important position.
The developments come at the conclusion of a week that saw
in San Mateo County. This is an important position.
The developments come at the conclusion of a week that saw the San Mateo County Board of Supervisors demand Sheriff Christina Corpus resign, which she refuses to do.
I love that she's cooked, you know? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. And I'm sorry, I got to interrupt because it's Fox. If I don't interrupt Fox and make a reaction video out of it, they'll copyright strike me. The news organization will. It's so strange. But here's where we are, right? Remember earlier I asked, what do you wish your enemies? Same thing I ask you here now. When you see her getting cooked, aren't you like, yes? I mean, do you feel that? Like, yes, she did. I mean, I'm just wondering, put a 1 in the chat if you watch her get cooked and you're like, karma, you know, because, you know, to get to that position, she lied on how many reports, she looked the other way, she was the muscle for chemical dealers, was a chemical dealer. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, I watch her get cooked and I'm like, you know what? She probably deserves whatever's happening to her.
I will not allow the board to threaten me.
The sheriff is under fire following a published investigative report by retired Superior Court Judge Ladoris Cordell. She finds evidence Corpus abused her power, used racial and homophobic slurs at work, and continued a romantic relationship with her chief of staff, Victor Anye, who's been promoted to assistant sheriff.
You can't make this shit up.
Superior Court Judge Ladoris Cordell. She finds evidence Corpus abused her power, used racial and homophobic slurs at work.
Man, used racial and homophobic slurs at work. She fits right into the copper organization. Racial and homophobic slurs? Are you kidding me? That's how she got there. Dude, that's the standard, dude. Don't you know that? Don't you know that? Well, are you unaware? If the judge is giving proof that she is racial and homophobic slurs and she's the top cop, then what does that mean? Everybody's doing it. maybe not everybody. You know what I mean? There's individual people. When Lance Armstrong was doping and telling the world what a great team they had, they were all doping and saying what a great team they had. They were all in it together. So if you get my point.
And continued a romantic relationship with her chief.
There he is, big Billy Buck on his horse.
Chief of Staff, Victor Anye, who's been
Victor, ven acá, Victor.
promoted to assistant sheriff. The man Corpus defeated to become sheriff says the multiple problems could stem from a lack of experience at the executive level.
Never in my wildest nightmare did I ever think that the office would be in the position that it's in right now. You have to know how to deal with people. It's a people's game, and you have to deal effectively with the people in the organization to ensure that the people that we serve get the best possible service.
Board members have referred this matter to the county DA and civil grand jury for filing of criminal charges.
We will continue to do our work regardless of rumors. We will focus on following the facts, and we will continue to, I believe, to an end where the sheriff will either resign or be removed.
We reached out multiple times to the sheriff and assistant sheriff to get their reaction to today's departures, but we have not heard back from either of them. Additionally, the Board of Supervisors working on a plan to amend the county charter to give them the power to remove a sitting sheriff. I'm told that they hope to have that language for public view.
I'm so shocked. A sitting sheriff doesn't want to give up power. Real shocker.
Sometime early next month.
Yeah, gotcha.
Police body camera video shows the moment Brittany Patterson was arrested for letting her 10-year-old son walk into town by himself.
What am I under arrest for?
For reckless endangerment.
And how was I recklessly endangering my child?
We're not talking about it.
On October 30th, Patterson said she took one of her children to the doctor. In the meantime, her son, Soren, who since turned 11, decided to walk less than a mile into town from their home in rural Mineral Bluff, Georgia. While out, Patterson got a call from the sheriff's department, worried that Soren was walking alone.
I wasn't concerned. I wasn't, panicking or concerned because it's just a short walk from our house. He knows how to get home. He knows how to get there.
Authorities dropped Soren off at home, and 5 hours later, they returned.
Call mommy and tell them they're taking you to jail because you decided to walk down the street.
Let go of your hands. That's not his fault.
Yeah, call mommy.
You're the mother. That's your responsibility.
Last time I checked, it wasn't illegal for a kid to walk to the store.
So. It is when they're 10 years old.
Patterson was booked on suspicion.
It is not illegal.
Of reckless conduct, a charge that could carry 1 year in jail. The warrant claiming she willingly and knowingly did endanger the bodily safety of her juvenile son.
That is insane.
Our criminal justice system's built on the fact that you did something or you were negligent. You did something criminally negligent. So what is it she did?
Authorities have offered to drop the charge if Patterson signs a safety plan.
No, I won't sign a safety plan with you. You don't need to tell me how to raise my kid.
That includes the use of a GPS tracker on her son's phone. But she refuses to sign it or admit doing anything wrong.
I just felt like I couldn't sign that, and that in doing so would be agreeing that there was something unsafe about my home or something unsafe about my parental decisions, and I just don't believe that.
Brittany Patterson is out on bail, awaiting to see if prosecutors will indict her on the reckless conduct charge.
Yeah. Who remembers when your parents said, "Get out of the house"? Leave. Get out of the house. Get out. Leave. Do you guys remember this? Get out the door. Go play. And we would disappear on our bikes and go riding our bikes all around everywhere, drink water out of the hose of the house down the street because we were thirsty. And then there would be a commercial that came on at night, and they would use celebrities. I remember Wonder Woman, Linda Carter. She was one of them. And she would say, "It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?" Do you remember this? Do you guys remember this? what kind of bozo? Well, I was going to ask, what kind of bozo clown world are we living in? But I guess we know. I guess we know. I mean, I remember the days. I remember the days when we did whatever we wanted, and it was. Oh wow, this guy did more stuff. I didn't know he did more stuff. There's more stuff on this dude. The dude who killed the 7 dogs. Do you guys remember that? I talked about it yesterday. The dude who killed those 7 dogs. There's more. Former Nary County deputy also involved in fatal shooting in Jackson. Here, let me open this up for you guys so you guys can see it, and then I'll open this bad chicken big.
News at 6 starts now. 2 law enforcement departments, 2 fatal incidents, 1 former officer.
2 departments, 2 killings. They say fatal incidents. He also killed 7 dogs.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Darcy Thomas.
And I'm Daryl Green. Fox 13 told you last week the TBI charged former McNairy County Deputy Connor Bracken for shooting and killing several dogs at a home. And tonight we're learning more about Bracken's career in law enforcement.
Fox 13's investigative reporter Kayla Solomon joins us in studio. Kayla, you found out that this is not the first time that Bracken resigned from a law enforcement agency.
Yeah, I got my hands on Bracken's personnel and certification files. One of them is from the Jackson, Tennessee Police Department. Bracken worked there for less than 2 years, but records show he was on administrative leave twice for firing his weapon, and in one of those incidents, killing someone. 2022, Connor Bracken became a police officer with the Jackson Police Department, but less than 2 years later, his personnel file shows an administrative summons with allegations from 2 different shootings.
To step out of your car with a .223 caliber rifle and shoot through my damn house.
A statement from a hearing in May 2024 says...
Oh, that's what he did. So this is a disgruntled dude who's like, this guy's shooting his gun like a moron.
To step out of your car with a .223 caliber rifle and shoot through my damn house.
A statement from a hearing in May 2024 says Bracken did not shoot the subject and was merely returning fire to the area where he observed a muzzle flash and the sound of gunfire. It was recommended he undergo remedial training. But the second incident, less than 2 months later, ended with someone dead. The TBI says the local district attorney called them in to investigate the shooting from March 2023. In May 2024, the end of Bracken's probationary period, Chief Corley found it was in the best interest of the community, the city of Jackson, and the Jackson Police Department to not retain Officer Bracken as a police officer. Bracken resigned a day later, but 5 months later, Bracken was hired to work for the McNairy County Sheriff's Office. Bracken resigned a month.
Dude, it's like a nightmare that this piece of trash who kills people and slaughters dogs, he can just slip slime around from department to department.
Bracken was hired to work for the McNairy County Sheriff's Office. Bracken resigned a month after he was hired after allegations he shot and killed 7 animals in and outside of a home. Fox 13 visited the home last week.
No way. Are these the dogs? Are these pictures of the dogs that he killed?
In and outside of a home. Fox 13 visited the home last week.
Why would you shoot those dogs?
TBI confirmed Bracken was charged with 7 counts of aggravated cruelty to animals and 8.
What? I'm so sorry. This is a reaction video, so I'll give a reaction. What the? Like, really? I mean, did you see that? Let's roll it back. We don't have to listen to it, but let's look at these dogs. Like, oh my God. Why would you kill that dog?
Month after he was hired.
Just a total psychopath. That is so unbelievable. What hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, dude? You are a psycho. How you killed people? You killed dogs? Let's see where this guy ended up, though, and let's get a hold of that police department on their Facebook page.
After allegations, he shot and killed 7 animals.
Look at that cutie. Look at that little cutie right there. Oh.
In and outside of a home. Fox 13 visited the home last week. TBI confirmed Bracken was charged with 7 counts of aggravated cruelty to animals and 8 counts of reckless endangerment.
Why he pulled up and done what he done, that's something.
7 dogs? It's 7 different dogs he killed? Dude.
And that I don't have an answer for, don't.
Now, I spoke with Jody Pickens, the district attorney in Jackson. He says no charges were filed against Bracken in the shooting death there. Bracken turned himself into the McNairy County Jail last week on the charges involving the killed dogs. Darcy?
That is Fox 13's Kayla Solomon.
That is Fox 13's. you know, I thought she said, it almost sounded like she said, that is.
On the charges involving the killed dogs. Darcy?
That is Fox 13's.
That is effed up. That is effed up. Big time. Big time. Let's give a couple trifolds away. Who needs a trifold? But I want to give a trifold away. So let's give a trifold to somebody who needs a trifold. And I'll have to plug this computer in a second here. But dude, what makes you want to kill 7 dogs? What kind of psycho are you, dude? That is so unbelievable. It's just so unbelievable. Bruce, shoot me an email, dude. Oh man, you're not that old and you're not that broke, but boom, you got the cop cards. There it is right there. Nabil's got the cop cards. Let's give a trifold away. If you go to my website, deletelaws.com right now, get a trifold, and I will give a trifold away in your name if you buy one during this live stream right here. It's as dark. It's as dark as it gets. This is just so absolutely shocking that this guy killed all those dogs. Let me pull up a picture of his face. This guy right here. Holy shit. Like, how, I think What's the Matter You said it best. It's as dark as you can be. Go to deletelaws.com, Nabil. Go to deletelaws.com. Deletelaws.com with a Z. And then if you get the trifold, I'll give you the cop cards for free. If you want to buy them, you can. If you're doing good, buy them. If not, then I'll give them to you for free. 100%. 100%. And then I'll check my back end while you're here, and I will give a trifold away in your name. In your name. You gotta email me, Jennifer. Email me during this live stream right now, deletelaws@gmail.com, or go to my website and buy one so that I can give more away. deletelaws@gmail.com. I just put it in the chat for you. You can shoot me an email. So there's 2. I'm going to give 2 away. And there it is. There it is. Maybe we'll keep going. Let me see. Let me see what happens here. I had a bunch of tabs that I wanted to see, but a lot of them closed. They're dead because Reddit went down. So all the Reddit tabs that I had open, they went down. So many. Oh, this is terrible. I feel like it's my duty to show it to you, though. If I don't show it to you, then I'm not doing my part as a true activist. It'll just require me to read a little bit. He shot my baby. Witness detail Independence police shooting that killed the mother and the baby. There's the baby right there. Destiny Hope, 2 months pictured in this photo posted on a social media by a family member has been identified as investigators as the infant killed in an Independence police shooting on Thursday, November 7th at Oval Springs Apartments in Independence. Oval Spring Apartments assistant manager Gavin Delaney was walking through vacant apartments Thursday checking air conditioning units when he saw a car racing through the Independence complex. After going to scold the driver, he saw a woman sitting on a sidewalk outside of the apartment of the building. The woman, Talisa Coombs, said told Delaney she'd just gotten into what she alleged was a physical altercation with her grandmother's mother, Maria Pike, and called 911. Independence police responded to that 911 call, ended with the shooting death of Pike, 34, and her 2-month-old daughter, Destiny Hope. You can't make that up. That her daughter's name was Destiny Hope. Who were identified Tuesday by authorities from the police-involved investigative team, or PI. They just love the acronyms. Police investigative involved. Police involved investigative. Look at that. When you actually look at it, that's a pretty stupid name, isn't it? So they could call themselves PIT. That's what they wanted. A team of East Jackson County detectives called to an investigation. A team to investigate police shootings and use of force incidents. So a team of what? A team of cops. A team of cops investigating cops. Before the fatal shooting, Coombs, whose son Mitchell Holder was Destiny's father, so Mitchell Holder told police she would like to press charges against Pike, but Holder refused to open the door when police arrived. Delaney said he went to Holder's apartment to talk to him and eventually convinced him to let 2 officers inside. Inside, Delaney said Pike was sitting the closest, holding her infant daughter, Destiny, who would have turned 3 on November 22nd. She was sitting in the closet holding the baby, but it wasn't saying anything, wasn't doing anything. Soon after, the family alleged police fatally shot and killed both Pike and her infant daughter, leaving the family in mourning after their calls for help. Independence police have refused to say exactly what happened, refusing to even answer basic questions about the identities of the victims or their causes of death. And the only details about what unfounded in the apartment have come from the baby's family and an apartment manager who witnessed the tragedy, raising questions about both what happened and the lack of transparency around it. Holder's sister, Ashley Greenfield, spoke to the Star Tuesday. She said in the aftermath of the deadly shooting, she's become a voice for her brother, who she said refused to return to the apartment. Holder lives with dissociative identity disorder, she said, and receives disability benefits. So the police showed up and they killed a baby and the mother. That's what this article says, in a place called Independence, and the baby's name was Destiny Hope. I mean, you can't shake the irony of it, can you? When you sit and think about it, you're like, Independence, Destiny Hope, and they killed them. They killed them both. They killed them both. Let me check. I'm going to give some trifolds away right now. Let me announce the people who I'm going to send trifolds to so you guys know your name was read out loud. Okay. So I had your trifold in my downloads. I can't send you anything, Alan, without your address. Let me see who I got. Matthew. I've got Matthew in ME, Maine. Got Matthew in Maine. There you go, dude. There's one I'm going to give away. Matthew in Maine, so you know who you are. Oh, I thought that I did send you some cop cards. Resend me your address, Clown Patrol, and I'll send it to you. And then I have the other one is, is that what you, Death Angel? Death Angel, you're in here. I will send a trifold out Death Angel. There's 2, as I promised I would give away, as I said I would do. And then let me check the back end and see if anybody ordered one. If anybody ordered one, I'll give one away in your name because you bought one, so I can give one away. And that's what I'll do. Right? That way more people can get trifolds. Nope, not during this broadcast. So we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, there's an update that he's going to stand trial, but it's, So you guys know the whole everything. The reason I started this channel was to teach people about Terry versus Ohio. Terry versus Ohio has 4 fundamental principles that you have to understand. The first one is that it puts officer safety over all of our rights. Secondly, it creates reasonable articulable suspicion. There was no such thing as reasonable articulable suspicion before 1968 in Terry versus Ohio. Number 3, it allows cops to run up and grab you, pat you down, check you for weapons. Number 4, it allows them to detain you, which now means torture cuffs and a horrible, horrible caging in a car and on your belly, on your knees. That's all Terry versus Ohio. So do me a favor, if you would, please put it in the comment section, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. Dr. Donna, put it in the comment section if you would, please, OTVO, Death Angel. Oh, right on, man. You better hurry, dude. I've only got a couple left. I shipped off everything today. If you guys need a tracking number, let me know if you need a tracking number. I have tracking numbers on everything that I ship now. So everybody has a tracking number. Nice to see you guys. What's the matter? You overturned Terry versus Ohio, Joel Juffis. Bruce Cook. Bruce, I thought you were going to send me your address, dude. I never got your address. I'm going to look in here, my mail one more time. Nope, I don't see your address in there, Bruce. I don't see it, brother. Boom. There you go, Raddick. I taught my 11-year-old and 13-year-old boys never to talk to police and the first 5 amendments because of DLZ. Right on, dude. That is absolutely awesome. John Q. Smith, Sacramento, Lenny. What is going on? Yeah. Let's cover that tomorrow, Oklahoma Cop Watch. Let's take a look at that tomorrow for sure. Let's definitely look at that. Overturn that garbage, Terry versus Ohio. Chris Beaumont, thanks for coming, bud. Good to see you, man. Oh, man. Everybody, it's funny. The people of California voted to extend slavery, keep slavery going. So nothing surprises me, Nabil. Nothing surprises me. GOTVO. I didn't see Chevy. Gotham Network. What is going on? What is going on? Joel Juffis, Salt Shaker. I got to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.